I'm James Brierton. It is 5:09. You're watching live continuing severe weather coverage from the Carolina Weather Group. Coming back on, just want to show this to you ever so briefly here because this is a adjacent storm. We have a tornado warning that is predominantly on the Georgia side of the South Carolina-Georgia border, just outside Savannah here for Chatham County, Georgia. But it does include just a small portion of Beaufort, South Carolina, and Jasper, South Carolina. You can see that right about here or so. In the last few minutes or so, the velocity signature of this storm has really kind of broadened out a little bit. Rotation is not as well defined as it was a few minutes ago, but as we put this into motion, if you watch here over portions of southeast Savannah, just south of White Marsh Island and Thunderbolt, you'll see a brief period. I'm going to circle it. It's right on in here as this radar comes together, where the red and the green are really close together, and that's actually what prompted this tornado warning that remains in effect for another 20 minutes or so. Again, now it's beginning to move out of Georgia. The area of concern would still be about right on in here, but it's much broader. We don't have a bright green next to a bright red. But again, because this is going to be including portions of South Carolina, albeit a very small portion of South Carolina, and we wanted to talk about it very briefly here because this was a confirmed tornado that was on the ground near Wilmington Island. And so if it's possible that this tornado is still on the ground or maybe could be again, we want to let you know. It was last spotted with damage near the Savannah Yacht Club. But again, this is a tornado warning that goes for another 20 minutes or so and includes the coastal areas of Beaufort and Jasper counties. And I can actually show you where we are here in regards to Hilton Head Island. You're well north of this. We'll wait to see if they do expand the warning. We don't know yet whether or not they will. That would probably include the southernmost portions of Hilton Head Island there, because you can kind of see here in the storm track that by the time we get to about 5:15, 5:20 or so, we'll actually have outrun the polygon, the tornado warning that is in effect. And again, the area of circulation is a lot broader than it was a few minutes ago. I don't know specifically where the Savannah Country Club is, but I would suspect it would be right on in here. Not only can we see a ton of lightning with this, but in that Thunderbolt White Marsh Island area, you can see where we had a brief moment in time where the reds and the greens were very bright, very close together, which would indicate a rotation of sorts. We can actually go into side by side here, and what I'm going to do is I'll pause this. On the left-hand side, I'm going to do reflectivity, and on the right-hand side, velocity. So the left side is the rain, the right side is the winds, and we use this velocity mode on the right hand side when we're trying to track tornadoes and sorts here. And I'm actually just going to walk this on back to where we had kind of the most significant area of rotation detected on radar, and it's not as easily detectable on velocity until we go to the next scan or so, but you can start to see where we actually had a short break in the rain there in order to suck in some more air as a part of this supercell for the rotation of sorts. And so kind of just want to see here as this plays forward in time, not only is the winds, the circulation, the velocity on the right-hand side getting broader, but we don't have that little hook echo as much on the left-hand side as well, too. So again, we're watching a tornado warning predominantly over Georgia, but real close to our border with South Carolina. Matter of fact, this is a jurisdiction of the National Weather Service in Charleston, which covers this portion of not only South Carolina, but the Georgia area as well, too. And it looks like they've just decided to do here. You see this big orange box that just popped up? That's what we call a special marine warning. And it kind of serves a dual purpose. It's kind of the water equivalent of either a severe thunderstorm warning or even a tornado warning. And we'll check the description here in a second to see exactly what it is that has prompted them to do the special marine warning. I'm sure besides rough water, yeah, you can see it here at 5:08, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing water spouts was located over the Savannah River entrance, moving east at 35 knots. Again, this is a marine bulletin, but the water spouts part of this is what grabs my attention because, again, remember, this is a supercell with a history of producing a tornado. So they've gone ahead and they've continued it as a special marine warning because at this point it's going to affect mariners and ocean life. But again, if you live or are watching us from the southern edge of Hilton Head Island here, now is not really the time to go out and look for waterspouts off the coast. You should probably be seeking shelter inside a sturdy structure because even if you don't get a tornado per se. Again, you're going to have some torrential rain moving in here in the next few minutes, gusty conditions as well too, and still plenty of lightning. And remember, folks, no matter where you're watching from across the Carolinas today, lightning is not a criteria for a severe thunderstorm warning. So you can have lightning in a non-severe thunderstorm. So just because you have a thunderstorm outside and it's maybe not severe, doesn't mean that it's okay to go outside. If you can hear thunder, regardless of the strength or severity of that storm, you should be heading inside. 5:15. Let me broaden out. Let's go back to reflectivity here just to show you the activity we have elsewhere across the region right now, because we are watching a few of these scattered cells across the area. I'll switch radars now as we make our way further up into the Midlands and the Sandhills to the radar out of Columbia. You can see we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for Darlington, South Carolina, including portions of Florence, Gilliam, Darlington, and Marlborough counties until 5:45 for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. And we also are continuing to watch severe thunderstorm warnings that are beginning to push out of the Charlotte area and will move south of Greensboro, now into the jurisdiction of the National Weather Service in Raleigh for, again, damaging wind and hail. We've had reports of hail across western North Carolina today. That threat does continue as we head on into the evening hours. You see all these circles here. These are going to reports of hail. These are a little bit tinier, just a quarter of an inch or pea size. Here's an actual quarter itself, the currency, up to an inch in diameter. We had hail reports earlier today over portions of Cleveland County in western North Carolina of almost 2 inches, and you can still see lots of rain and lots of thunder moving else across the Carolina region right now. So we have those 3 severe thunderstorm warnings, and we're watching now this special marine warning, the remnants of a tornado warning that is moving out of Georgia now and will be offshore of Hilton Head in the next few minutes or so. So we'll continue to monitor this. You're watching the Carolina Weather Group. We will return you to National Weather Service radio that we'll be monitoring, as well as cameras just like this one that we're pulling up right now from Hilton Head, South Carolina. I'm James Brierton in Charlotte, and this is the Carolina Weather Group.